3 weeks now into the Trump presidency. About that, and the White House relationship with the press is off to a contentious start, let's say, with the president accusing reporters of being unfair, suggesting at some points networks are fake news. New poll numbers show how Americans are split. 36% say media coverage is too tough. 31% say it's about right. 28% feel the media is not tough enough. Bernie Goldberg, Fox News contributor out of Miami. And Bernie, it's good to have you on our program today, and good morning to you. Broad picture here, okay? 35,000 feet. You think this shows how divided a country we are? How so?
Oh, I think we're incredibly polarized. Those overall numbers are interesting, but when you break it down by how Democrats and how Republicans see the media, then you see how really polarized we are. It turns out that 74% of Republicans, 74% think the media are too tough on Donald Trump, but only 9% of Democrats think that. The reason so few Democrats think that is because the media, by and large, reflect their liberal values and their liberal biases. Donald Trump, as you said in the lead-in, Bill, he's called the media dishonest. He's called them the opposition party. Of course their supporters aren't going to trust him. But this isn't good for anybody. It's not good for Donald Trump.
Go ahead.
It's not good for any party.
Let me come back to that whole point, because I think Trump is a different character in all this, and I want you to drill down that in a moment. Go back to that poll we just showed that Bernie pointed out. Republicans, too tough, 74%. Look at Democrats. 40% say it's about right. 49% say it's not tough enough. Now, Bernie, go back to 2009. Let me show you this poll. Republicans, not tough enough on President Obama, 65%. Bottom number, column on the left there. Democrats, about right, 66%. 18% say they're too tough. I think that makes your point, doesn't it?
That's what I was going to say. This is no surprise. There's a rule of thumb, and if you go by this rule of thumb, you're not going to go wrong. Whether it's this poll or some other poll, or whether it's taken this week or last year, it doesn't matter. And the rule of thumb is this: Republicans overwhelmingly don't trust the media. And Democrats pretty much do. And it's because the media reflects the Democratic values, as I say, and it doesn't reflect conservative Republican values.
Larger point here. Who wins in a battle with the media? Or is Trump a different figure, Bernie?
Now, that's a very important question. I've written several books, not to mention columns on my website, about liberal bias in the media. But I've always argued that in a free country, we need a strong, credible mainstream media. People need to believe it. That's how it works in a democracy. We don't have that. That's not good for Donald Trump. That's not good for liberals. That's not good for conservatives. We need to believe what they tell us. And right now, Bill, a big chunk of the American electorate don't.
Yeah. Here's my impression so far. I think Donald Trump is entirely comfortable engaging this way. I would dare suggest he enjoys the battle. And I don't think we've really had a figure like that before. So does that change the calculus in any way, in the way you dissect and examine this relationship?
I think your analysis is 100% correct. Arguably, this is a strategy. He understands very well that a lot of Americans don't trust the mainstream media. So he taps into that. He is trying to delegitimize the mainstream media, and he's doing it with some success. People didn't like the press before Donald Trump. They really don't like the press now. But the press, in some parts, at some times, is also trying to delegitimize Donald Trump. It's a mutual lack of admiration society, and as I say, it's not good. He is different than anybody who has preceded him. He has gotten into a contentious relationship with the press, and I don't think it's going to go away, and I don't think any of us need this for the next 4 years.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. I saw a Gallup poll, I don't know if we have it or not, 32% say they have trust in media today.
That's right.
It's on our screen right now. So then just put a bow on this, Bernie, because we've already admitted that he's a different kind of character, and you said it's bad for media, it's bad for the country. But can he, when he stands at that inauguration, when he's speaking to his supporters in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and Lackawanna, Pennsylvania, we don't know, Bernie. They may be cheering him on along this process, along this way.
Oh,
and those
they
are the people that he's trying to communicate to directly through his tweets and through his message. Go.
I think that's a mistake. I think you're right, but I think that's a mistake. He needs to, appealing to the people who support him, he doesn't have to do that. He was right when he said he could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and he wouldn't lose that support. He needs to reach out to the rest of America, to people who don't especially like him, but are willing to give him a chance. But if he's going to just appeal to his base, that's a big mistake.
It's good to have you on.
It's a big mistake.
Bernie Goldberg, thank you, out of Miami today. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Bill.
See you real soon.